Welcome to Thrive Magazine, where growth meets grace and purpose meets possibility. This is more than a magazine, it's a space for transformation, a place where stories are shared, voices are heard, and lives are inspired to rise above limitation. At Thrive, we believe that thriving is not just about surviving life seasons, it's about growing through them, becoming stronger, wiser, and more aligned with who you are created to be. Each page is designed to pour into you through powerful testimonies, uplifting insights, and conversations that stir the spirit and strengthen the soul. So whether you are in a season of becoming, rebuilding, or rising again, this is your reminder. You are not stuck, you are growing. You are not broken, you are becoming. Welcome to Thrive Magazine, where your journey is honored and your next level is activated. Because here, we don't just exist, we thrive. Welcome, viewers, to Season 2 of Lifted in Love Kingdom Conversations, a place where real stories are shared, hearts are encouraged, and lives are uplifted through the power of love, faith, and authentic conversation. This season, we bring you an exciting lineup of guests, individuals with powerful testimonies, inspiring journeys, and experiences that will touch your heart and strengthen your spirit. From stories of perseverance and breakthrough to moments of healing, hope, and transformation, each episode is designed to remind you that no matter what you face, love still has the power to lift you. So get ready for meaningful conversations, powerful testimonies, and moments that will inspire and encourage you. Stay tuned, because this season promises to be impactful, uplifting, and unforgettable. Welcome to Season 2 of Lifted in Love Kingdom Conversations. Coming up on Lifted in Love, Arlington Daniel shares his powerful testimony from crime to Christ. Caught up in street life, violence, and the culture around him, Arlington's choices led him down a dark path that ended with him shooting 2 police officers and facing 13 years in prison. But what seemed like the end of his life story became the beginning of transformation. Behind prison walls, he encountered Jesus Christ in a powerful way that changed everything. Now Arlington is using his story to bring hope to others and prove that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. This is From Crime to Christ on Lifted in Love.
Lifted in love, where hope comes alive, sharing our stories, helping hearts thrive. Together we rise, together we grow. Welcome to Lifted in Love. Welcome to Lifted in Love.
Welcome to Lifted in Love Kingdom Conversations. I'm your host, Prophetess Sharia Marshall, and tonight we are joined by Arlington Daniel, who will be sharing his powerful testimony of transformation through Christ. From a life marked by gang violence, crime, and incarceration, to a radical encounter with God that completely redirected his path, Arlington will open up about his journey, his struggles, and how God met him in the darkest place of his life and brought him to purpose, healing, and restoration. Welcome, Arlington, to Lifted in Love. So happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Man.
It's a pleasure. Every time I get opportunity to do God's will, an opportunity to share with others that we can, overcome in this war that we're fighting.
Wow.
In the spirit,
Amen. I love that you said that, in the spirit. But before we dive into your testimony, can you introduce yourself and tell the audience a little bit about Arlington? Who is Arlington?
Well, I can say that I was always a lover of God from a little boy.
Yes.
And even though the circumstances around me were not really that, I would say, godly. My mom always, even though she was struggling, she always tried to instill God within me.
Yes.
From a young age. I believe that she saw something in me that she probably thought would have been, I would say, frightening probably, if I was to go down a certain path.
Yes.
So from young, she used to like be praying for me regular.
Yes.
Because from a baby, like I never used to cry or
Yes.
I never used to like be afraid of anything really. I
So
just
something different about
yeah,
you.
there was something very different about me, and like even I'm the baby of, I'm the last of 4. So coming up, you know, you're seeing your siblings and stuff, and you love them and you're looking up to them, and like I was very passionate about them, so much so that no one could punish them in front of me.
Okay.
Like if you go to beat my sister, because me and she's who really raised it together.
Right.
So like, alright, I will draw a scenario to you. Like we were young, we were playing, you know what children do, and she was like wanted to dress me up like some sort of girly thing and put lipstick on me and all sort of thing, right?
Yes.
So you know, I young at the time and I just allowing she to do stuff, but then they started to feel like uncomfortable with it and stuff like that, and we started like getting a little disagreement with this thing. So she ended up, you know, wailing out and hit me with a telephone.
Okay.
One of the old telephones.
Yes.
You know, the one
big
that
old ones,
These youths nowadays, you know, they're out there. Yeah. So when it happened, you know, I saw blood bleeding and stuff like that, and I was, you know, all set. And soon after that, my mom came home. So I already washed off all that stuff off my face and all that. And so my mom came home. My mom was very observant. So she like, you know, scanned me, see, look me up from head to toe. So she saw the mark. So it was like, she asked me what happened there. So I was like, nah, what you talking about, you know? I said, you already saying pan you hate there, you busted, some boy hit you? You know? Because you couldn't fall down and get that. So I was like, nah, man, everything good. But you know, parents is know again.
Yeah, parents
know. People learn.
Yeah, they know.
You them know. So she looked around my sister, and she probably could have see the guiltiness.
Pick up,
Yes. So she was like, you hit Arnie? And you know, like she wasn't really speaking. I can't remember it that well because I was young. But then my mom now proceeds to discipline her for that. And when she went for the belt and thing, I ran ahead of she and I went for the belt and I went and take out the belt and ran and going to hide it and you know. So I end up getting spanked too for that there too, because you know you shouldn't really be
getting that
of your parenting, you know, spare the rod and spoil the child still, you know. So after that, like my mom and my dad and my family realized that you, Arlington, is very passionate young boy, you know. So any discipline that God do, they will either lock me in the bedroom and do what they God do, and then if I come out with that sort of behavior, discipline me too.
As well,
you know? Yeah, so broke out of that, you know, as I get older. But I was always protective. I was always someone who was very protective over people, and because I saw a lot of things happen in my youth to people, you know, I saw my mom crying a lot as it, you know, in her times with us, trying to raise us up. And I started going through a lot. So in my heart, I was like, I really wanted to make a difference. I really wanted to make her smile. I really wanted to help out, you know, from young. So I used to see the boys and stuff on the block, and you know, the guy came up rough too. You know, he come up with the kerosene lamp. You know, he paid toilet.
Kind of like a poverty
electricity. Yeah, he came up roopsy, you know, he came up really, he came up in the struggle. So seeing now certain fellas now and certain people living that kind of life now of like wealth, and you know, they're taking care of their family, and you know, they got car, got nice clothes, because I know it is to wear the same shoes for like I only had like one pair of shoes probably for a little while, and you know, I know about hard
struggle,
life. So you know, the devil is use these things to use these physical things, vanities, to try to draw out the children of God, But if you really get to know God and know yourself, you know that it's spiritual and your wealth is in heaven.
Yes. Amen.
And everything that was created is belong to God.
Amen.
So we should not be lusting after these things that already belong to our Father.
Powerful, yeah.
And they're not like necessarily important. He is who's important.
Yes.
He's our main focus.
Yes.
These things are just to added on our journey.
Yes.
But yeah, so like, you know, at that time I was, you know, mesmerized by that. And I have family members who, you know, you were in the life a bit too. So I used to look up to them. But what I can say is that they always used to like, I don't know what's happening now in these times, because like in these times I've seen a lot of really young youngsters on the blocks now. And like in my times, like, man, used to run you off your block though.
Right.
You couldn't be a certain age just so only like, I'm not saying it never happened,
right,
but it was not commonplace.
Yeah,
it was not
rare.
anything
Yes.
like cool or anything
Yes.
hard or anything for men to got little children
on the block.
What if a drive-by or a man line to shoot at the block? What gonna happen? Our child might end up getting shot.
Wow.
You know. So I realized that the devil, like, he's sinking in his claws, but not about here though. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
Name of Jesus,
yeah,
man. So how was your environment? I know you said that you grew up in a poor household. So how was the environment around you, like the neighborhood you live in, the household that you live in?
Well, where I was raised was kind of separated from a lot, because we were in I wouldn't say it is not really like a city area or a country area, is like in between.
Right.
So there's a lot of trees, a lot of nature, but still a lot of buildings, still roads and stuff like that. Where we were situated, we were like in a I would say like a cul-de-sac, like. So we were raised like isolated from a lot of interactions with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So when I raised up, it was mostly just like my sister, one, two neighbors, sons and stuff like that. So I came up mostly by myself. Like I found solace being by myself.
Yeah.
Cause I was so used to it, you know. So yeah, that was the type of environment that I was in. But at the same time, I was seeing the street life and seeing these things coming to my doorstep, coming to my house, and like, you know, certain individuals living certain lifestyles and stuff like that coming. So I was exposed to it from very young.
From young.
Yes, and
so did that lifestyle look attractive to you?
Well, I would not say that is the lifestyle that was attractive for me. It was the fact that those living that lifestyle were able to support their family, or able to provide.
And that was your desire.
And that was my desire.
To provide, to get out of that poverty.
Yes, that was my desire.
Yes, wow. So what drew you to criminal activity?
Well, funny enough, even though I had some family members that were deep in the streets, they always used to like be against me involving myself in that. And like I can remember enough things, I might be walking home from school and they were the fellas and the boys, it's primary school. And like families would see me and be like, "What's that you doing?" And I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" I think he'd be like, "Pop, you walking so you got a rock in your foot and your shoe or something." And I said, "What are you talking about? Man, what's this? Try to start walking so, man. If you was a gangster, if you was a tugger, well, start walking so, man. Walk like a decent boy. You a young boy. You shouldn't be, you know." So I thank God that even though they were doing what they were doing, they were still trained.
Yeah, they didn't like it for you. Yes.
But what I would say to that now is that children, yes, they listen to what the parents and what the elders who are above them say. But a child is like a sponge.
Wow.
And at that stage, remember them now learning everything, learning life. They don't learning what a cup is, what this is.
That is it.
So they're seeing
the examples.
And they're sucking it in.
Oh my God, yes.
Because that is the more that their mind is in right now. I have to receive information, because now I got to build up my mind now to then deal with this world.
Yes.
So that is the stage where a child is at that age. You're very, very open. So even though they were doing that, no, that day.
Yeah.
I could still see them, blind.
Yeah,
I could still hear.
Yeah, and like, if they're setting a good example.
I could still smell.
Yes.
So all the elements of the lifestyle was still around me.
Right.
And that was what I was taking in. So in my mind, my family was against it, but they were still dealing with it.
Yes.
So it had me like confused. So coming up now, I didn't really want to disappoint my family, but I raised up around it, so like I had the ability. I had the know-how from young. I was seeing it from young. So when other boys and girls or whatever was running about playing and certain things like that, I was seeing me gambling or seeing me dealing with weed or, you know?
Yes.
So that really affect me. So what I would say is like, parents, like if you're really serious about y'all don't want your children to live certain lifestyle or you're saying you don't want that for your children, then do not expose your children to it by the way you live.
Yes.
Or the way those who may in your circle or who you accept when you live.
Right.
Because your children are watching.
Yes.
So that is very serious.
Very serious.
And we need to really be checking that out. Like how you live, not just what you say, you know? So
yeah, that's powerful. And you know, the environment really plays a great role in your upbringing and your thoughts and your teachings and the way you function. It plays a great role in that. So you know, you're seeing all these things in your family and around you, but you're hearing something different. I don't want you to go down this lifestyle. In this lifestyle, I don't want you to go down this road. But what really made you step out into gang violence?
So now, what I would say is that what really exposed me to the enemy, right, the devil, is the disruption of family. Because family is like a representation of what God has for us. Like the household, the head, you have the father, the mother, the child.
Yes.
So it comes like kind of like a blueprint to like how the order of life and how God's order is, because God is deal with order.
Yes.
So from the time you disrupt that order, that natural order, then everything is gonna go haywire.
Yes.
It's like if you take a polar bear out to the ice or wherever, you're gonna put in jungle.
Yes,
That's not natural.
Can't function,
So he's not gonna really be able to function the way that he's supposed to in his natural state. So we are naturally, what you should say, born to be of fellowship, be a family. That is natural for us.
Yeah, that's the structure of God.
As the structure of God, the family. So once the enemy attack that and disrupt that, he open out a big gateway, you know, to attack whoever is in that family or whoever at any time.
That's powerful. So, you know, you give us the, I believe you have opened up many people's eyes and give them the understanding that once something is out of alignment and out of place in families, is an open door for the enemy to function in.
Yes,
so tell us a bit more about that.
So I can remember as a youth, like, because of certain things that was going on, I used to feel really down. You know, I used to be like, sometimes I would feel like it might be my fault too, because like I probably was born now and I became more of a burden now to my family. So like,
than a blessing.
Than a blessing.
Right, I get you.
You know, and the circumstances of my birth was, you know, that is a long story.
Right.
But the circumstances were rocky.
Yeah.
So from birth, I was experiencing seeing the family arguing, squabbling, things, separating, segregation. This family member ain't talking to this family member because of whatever reason. But you know, we young, so we can't really understand.
Right.
So it like got all the way like, why you wanna like that?
Yeah.
But
Confused.
you're confused because you didn't know the reason, you know. And then, what really now shattered it for me was when my mother and my father like separated now, and what they were going through. And there was a incident where my father now ended up getting a nervous breakdown because of all of that, and he I think like a so-called friend of his put something in his, he used to smoke marijuana too. So like you gotta be careful of your friends too.
Yes.
Because they won't be smiling like yeah. But deep in their heart they might want to don't see something good for you.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of situations where people put things in people
in marijuana
or drink or something like that and cause them to trip.
Yeah.
So all of those things were like negative factors that cause to.
Yeah, so someone put something in your father's weed.
Yes, he did. Yes, they did. So, and then factoring on the stress of he losing his family too.
Yes.
All of that was very hard.
Yes,
on
I
him.
added to it.
So, the incident like Barty Campbell Barton was like, we moved out because my mother and father separated, so we were living with our other family member at the time, and like I don't know if my mom let my father know where we were or whatever, but he was on a rampage looking for us.
Right.
So he ended up at my mom's family's house now, and he was like, "Why my children? I want my children." Like, it was a
rage, yes.
really serious thing, because now I never see my father like that before. My father was always put together. That's why I feel that I'm not dead or in hell or going to hell right now, because in the beginning my father was solid.
Yes.
He was a really loving man. He was
really
a man engaged.
That was pretty much stable.
Yes.
To being unstable.
He was a family man.
Yes.
He believed in family. He believed in education. And I don't believe Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior,
Yes.
And like, even though my father was Rastafari, he still believed in Jesus. He still believed in the Messiah.
Okay.
Because let me clarify something for a lot of people who may not know, but the Rastafarian movement is not very far from Christianity. It's just that there are some zealots, some that would preach it in a way, like, oh, Selassie this and Selassie that, but do not acknowledge
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yes.
And if you do not acknowledge the Lamb, how you can acknowledge a king, or how you can acknowledge someone in our culture that represents the kingdom of God?
Yes.
You have to know your foundation first.
Yes.
So, because of his love for His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie and Jesus, he was all about education. He was all about productivity, not seeing another black man. Because I believe why black men gravitated to His Majesty is because he was prevalent in a time where people were really oppressing black people and looking down on them.
Yeah, so it was like a role model kind of thing.
What, a king? An emperor? And he, from the throne of King David and King Solomon, and we read in the Bible.
Yes.
So like, it's be like, whoa, So I can understand.
Right.
So, but it also said in the Bible that you should not worship idols.
That's powerful.
So if you're putting a face to the Messiah, then you are not really corresponding to what God is telling you to do.
Right.
Because God is telling you to deal with Him in spirit and in truth.
Yes.
Not the images, the graven images or anything.
God. Yes.
So I don't really put no face to God or anything like that. So yeah, so my dad was very disciplinary, and I can remember a time I was doing really bad in school. I was coming like last and coming like, and my father really was against that. He was so hurt by that he started to teach me himself. He started giving me lessons home. And if I couldn't do my tables, or if I couldn't say my 3-time tables properly or whatever, I would get a little lash from my hand. And so he was really
setting you straight,
putting me straight. So I came from coming last in class now to coming first, second, third. And as I can say, my family was really pushing me to not. It was like they had me to be the one to go to this situation,
this poverty.
and the lifestyle. Like they had me to be of God. Yeah, so I felt a lot of responsibility on me from a young age too. and it was just a chill. So, you know, as a child, you ain't really looking at it that serious. You train, but, you know, yeah, so long story short is that because of the separation of my father and me, you know, that linkage between father and son,
yes,
I was still looking, you know, for that father figure.
right.
So
it come like a void. Something was missing.
yes, it became a void. And because now that happened when I was now going into secondary school. So yeah, I was in like class 4, I think, at the time when that happened. So I was now transitioning from primary to secondary. And when I went in on the transition, now it was amongst other boys now that were, you know, more like me in a way. As in, you know, some had dads that was in the street, so it was a more like macho. You know, when you get in that age, now you want to be more tough and you know. So I didn't have my dad there at that stage of my life where I was now feeling myself to become that kind of way. So now those who know were like, I would say, strong, like strong. Because strength is not always, has nothing to do with violence or physical. You know, that would have tried to trick me. But that's what I was looking for at the time, strength. So at school now, I gravitated to the boys now that was more like ruffians, more like, you know, tough guys. And some of them knew my family too, so, you know, it was like, he was one we, you know. But I never really was into it really, you know. I was really wanting a better life. So because my dad, no, he wasn't providing, no, like how he was before. My mom had it hard financially, you know. So now I was taking it upon myself, you know, to go and hustle mangers, akis, you know, coconuts, to a point now where now man started to wear certain shoes and Timberlands and mountain gear and certain things in, so he started to feel like a way, you know, like, you know, that material thing, you know, that vanity, you know, started to kick in. So I started, you know, to sell marijuana at school.
So who introduced you to it? Like, how did you get to that stage of selling marijuana?
Well, things was tight at the time. And because I used to dwell amongst the men and line with the youngsters, but there still was amongst other men that was on the block too. They were like close to them men. So when I got line with those men, them fellows, I was actually on the block. And, you know, seeing that kind of thing. So now I was very quiet. I never really used to talk much. So the men are like that because like I would see things happen or things and I wouldn't talk.
You wouldn't talk it,
Like you would hear another little boy that was on the block talk things, but you wouldn't hear me saying anything because it was like nothing new to me. I was seeing this from a little man. So man now like started to like gravitate to me and like give me responsibilities and like to help them. So it wasn't really like I cared about the life really. I was like cared about my boys, cared about my brethren. I wanted to help. I wanted to be a part of this family. So I just used to show appreciation, support on whatever them was dealing with. You know? So I had little money difficulties. So man was like, big man, you sell a little herb or something, you know? So yeah, so he get one man like buy it out and thing for me and thing, you know? And I just used to go to school now and then like sell it now to the other men I used to learn with at school and stuff like that. And the devil is a crafty character because of my demeanor I was very quiet. So like people never really used to pay me any mind really much. So like I used to get away with a lot. And what stopped it now is I think I had sold drugs to or marijuana to a youngster. He probably or she they smoke it and it caused them to act really not normal at school. So it caused a commotion.
Attention to
attention. So people like was early thing and so now the administration, the school was savvy to this rumor that I was selling drugs at school. So a day was going attending school, and one of my boys coming off, you boy, all the boy police in school and thing, and you feeling want you boy, and I was like, wow. So you know me, with my crafty mind, you know, it was like, alright, I got all the drugs and take my bike. I can't walk to the school with this bike, but I can't move left. I got on the bike. I can look strange. So what I did now, I went and tell one man who coming, I got his bike.
Right.
I went, put on his clothes. I now come off the block, I smoky. And so we do a little switcheroonie, and then I went in, the police down hands on me, thing, searched me up, all that there, thing. But they couldn't find anything. So I was like, yeah, I get rid. But in my mind, I was like, nah, boy, this ain't really adding up. I go shut off of that. That experience shut me down from school of the celery thing, you know. But as I say, I was never really caring for that life. But what really like bring me into it now on the block now was one of my brethren. He was selling weed on the block and stuff like that, and some man came on the block and robbed him.
Oh, okay.
So he was really all set and stuff like that, and I really look up to him. I really love him as like a role model type of brother, and you know. So I was like, man, and it wasn't there when it happened too. So I was like, man, if I was there, I could have helped defend you, or you know what I mean. So like in my mind, I was like, nah, I gotta defend my brethren though. And this is after school. This is when I finished school. Like soon after I finished school, like a year or two. And I used to now be on the block now, just looking for something like that to happen so that I can.
Yes, you could defend
it, you know. And I have been through a traumatic situation where someone kidnapped me and tried to kill me and molest me and stuff like that. So it traumatized me from a young child because I had to fight for my life.
Oh, wow.
And if I wasn't strong, I would probably be another statistic in some or somewhere dead, you know.
And that was drug related as well?
No, that was demon related.
Oh, wow.
It was no sensible reason for it.
Yes.
It was like a demonic attack, because I was just give it in a nutshell, not all, but I was working, and on my way home from work, I was approached with an opportunity for a job, a legitimate job by a person. And when I called my mom, I don't know this person or anything, so I called my mom and let her know, well, mom, this body thing. And then was like, she was like, let me speak to this body, man. So I gave her the phone, and they spoke normally and everything. And it was like, yeah, again, a job, because I was working for someone ought to call the name, but for a very small amount of money at the time. Right. So I was like happy that I was getting a better job or whatever the case may be. But that turned into a nightmare. I ended up almost dying. I ended up had to fight with a knife, man, and a whole bunch of folly. Yeah. But God gave me the strength to overcome, and I overcome. But it left me scarred. So it
built up anger and stuff in you.
And paranoia and not trusting anybody, and so that's how the man kind of like draft me into, because I used to walk about late at night with my sword and my umbrella or my knife, and it was like I just want to butt somebody on some sort of freaky scene like that, some sort of pedophile or predator or whatever, and I just want to destroy them. So that even made me go into myself even more, introvert now even more. So I never really even used to talk even more now. So I used to pass on the block at some foolish hours. So the man playing block, oh, this little baby face boy at this sort of 3 o'clock in the morning. Who's you, big man? Yes. So that's how the man was like, party 11, you know? And that's how I ended up linking with the brethren, you know, and called, like, you know? So I already had that in me, so it was like there's an opportunity now to prove myself, these men that, you know. Yeah, so I started watching men back and thing, and that's how I got really like involved into that really gang or that street life, as you would call it.
Okay, wow. Well, hearing you talk about that, it really opens up my understanding of how things gradually happen to pull you into the wrong lifestyle. So, you know, you begin to connect with these men now. You begin to, you said you begin to watch their backs, that type of way. So you're like a soldier.
Like a soldier,
Like
yeah.
a soldier.
Like a
So,
soldier.
so what were some of the things that you got involved in that time?
Well, basically, I would say everything to do with street life I was involving, because I had like the mind and the stomach for it. So I never used to like be squeamish or be frightened for certain things. So like it just came like as natural for men to like include me in these activities,
Right.
you know. And yeah, that like I ended up now the stash man. So I would stash the weed, stash the guns, whatever the case may be. And you know, look out to see if the police can come in and certain things like that, you know, not really major like footwork as in, but that's what he wanted. They wanted to but you know, I was just doing little,
Yes.
I was young too, so man,
Yes.
you know. But what gave me no my stripes or whatever you would call it is that I had a situation where some men ended up coming to risk that way, man, so risk at the man.
Yes.
And like I was the first man to draw my gun, and when we went down after these men, we started fight these men, I think. Man was like watching me, like
You know that he?
very, very bossy there. You know, like I was so passionate.
Yeah.
Because remember, I told you from a child I was very passionate.
Passionate, yeah.
So anytime I put my money
And you
to
were
it, I
serious about protecting who you love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I saw them as like, them is the enemy, them is some way that got to go because they're trying to hurt my friends, they're trying to hurt my loved ones. So that gave me like a feeling, like adrenaline. So I just used to go forward, never even really used to think about what I was doing, I just used to go forward.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, man was like that and thing, because, you know, man would be like, you, if he were me, I know for sure I got somebody that will fight or you know, not run away and leave me or whatever. So that kind of like promote me a kind of way into that style of living now.
Yes.
But what caused me now to fully transition into street life, like fully block life, is I always used to work. I always used to like to work. I was always energetic, athletic. I was never lazy. So artistic. I was very talented. So I used to want to go and work. I used to want, and I had that instilling in me from my family not wanting me to get on. So I was trying not to disappoint my family too. So like I was trying to work and trying to do legitimate stuff, you know. But it was difficult because I was still around my brethren, and it was like a whole mix-up thing. So what caused now the full confusion now is that when we was going through, what men would say a little vibe, the men and thing, and the block and thing, other men, and a little vibe. So I used to now carry work my gun. So when I went to work at this particular time, it was landscaping job. So we just go on jobs and do we thing and stuff like that. And you really good at it now too, you know. Thank Jesus that even though I was kind of confused, I still got that skill from my young age, you know. That's God working in the midst of the devil feeling that he heard, right? God is still working in the midst of all that. Yeah. So I was in the van and we was on our way to a job, and the man, you know, we breezing because we probably done do 2 jobs too. So man was a little tired and stuff, so man was relaxing and stuff, and like a little jerk in the van, but I had my gun in the bike, so we got tools and certain things, so like, you know, metal on, so I like hit on it hard, so I was like, you shoot, what? I hope I ain't do nothing to mash it down, you know, kind of ignorant to this thing, still young still, so like I go on in it now to like check it now, to inspect it to see if anything happened with it or whatever. So at the same time, you know, I open the bag and look in the bag with the gun. One of the brethren, you know, that was working with me, you know, he probably opened, he didn't see anything. I look straight down my bag, see this big ignorant piece of metal, piece of distraction in my bag. So he eyes open big in one. I remember I was very paranoid, so like I pick up on he in one too. So when I see eyes open bigger, like from my side, my peripheral I saw the reaction. So but by the time I turned out, he normal again. So I was like, alright man, he normal too, man. We moving, but my mind was like, shoot.
Yes.
You see that, man? I didn't want to bring this work, you know. I didn't want to bring this sort of energy at work, you know. Alright. So I was like, you know, buddy. I was like, I just see early, man. I was like, you know, he's my boy. And he was like, yeah, you know what, if you know, I gotta make sure my man safe. Cause you know, we might pull up on a job in an area, and when the man might got people that might not agree with him. You don't know me, I just like to defend people that I appreciate. You know what I mean? He said, I don't know you early and thing. Cause men know me too, cause you know your name might be gang.
Yes,
but men never see.
Yes.
Me and that. So I used to like, what are talking about? I used to like,
They were hearing, but they never saw it.
I never used to, because remember, I never really wanted that.
Yes.
So I never used to glorify it either, even though I was doing it. So I was like, you don't see it. So he was like, what's that you talking about early? And then he's like, man, you know see the thing, brother. I don't know you talking about, brother. I don't know you. So now I try to use reverse psychology on here. I don't know you gangster, man. You gonna talk this thing, man. You keep it my feel, man. Don't worry, brother. You good. I feel good that you see now that you could watch me back too, so that you know I try to get you feeling comfy. So then he was like, he ended up, man, yeah, he's saying, but I don't know if it's that or not, but it looked like that and thing. So I was like, man, don't dig name, man. Just know that I hope you ain't feeling with me brain. If you want, if you feel comfortable with that vibe, I ain't gonna think no name anymore, name. But it's just that I want to make sure you may safe and thing. So he's like, yeah, I think with me and all that, you know. But in my mind, it's just telling myself, sha, boy, I get fine out, boy. So when I went home from work that day, I didn't come work the next day, cause I was like, sha. So when I came work the following day, you know, he told the boss. So when they came to work that day, all the men that was work, that whole new sign was wrong. Because by the time I get work, I think different vans and different men done deploy on different jobs. So when they came at work, you know, everybody was at work. So it was like, yeah, there's a meeting or something. I like, oh boy. He tell the boss. So, long story short, the boss is a Christian too as well. And he was like, Arlington, I'm disappointed in you. I can't believe that you did that. You got that gun on you on now. You want me to call the police? I want you and got there. So like I was like, jeez on. So I was young too at the time, kind of hyper too. So like how he was talking to me, I didn't really like how he was talking to me. But I was not mature enough to put myself in his shoes. Yes. Sometimes when maturity, you get to a stage where you just put yourself in people's shoes.
You have a greater understanding.
Why they act this way, you know? So at that time, I didn't know that when the shoes on it. So I was like, you torn me so big, man? And I done shame already because everybody's seeing. So I ashamed. So I started like, you know, fight up. So he was like, Arlington, you disappoint me, boy. And I can't have nothing so going on at my job. And I gotta show these, I gotta make an example of you because you might be one of my best workers, but I can't be having that at my job site. So you know what you gotta do, you gotta pack your things and you're fired though. You understand? So like, Fred, can't say we job, you know you feel bad, you know you still want to hard.
Yes.
Can't say we job big man. And thing they hyping up. Furthermore, like we gotta give me money that I work for and thing, yeah. And that's our vibe when they hyping that. So he ain't really saying that, he just so and he was like, ain't nothing to see here, man. When a man get on to the thing, man, do when the door do no, we done so I had to say. And if it's wanna do anything, so bring a knife when a fire too. You know what I mean? So you making an example, right? So when I was walking away, I hear some offer, Arlington. So I was like, start talking. I can't be. He talking to me. Soft no. Oh, he man done going on thing.
Yes.
So, but I like it. I love this man, you know. This is like a brother to me, you know.
Yes.
So when I turn around now, I see it with Steve. I know it's Steve's voice too. I say, you told me. I said, Arlington, come. I want to tell you something. Come to me now. I said, nah, brother, boy, you know this me, boy. In front man and thing, boy. Nah, brother, I ain't care about you on your job or nothing, so keep your job, brother. So then he was like, but Arlington, I want to talk to you, bro. I want to talk to you. Boom. and it gone. So if you burn, you know,
Yes.
my heart burning then, cause like I don't really like the job. I really I like plants and I like nature and
Yes.
I like this. I love this. So when I left there, now I feeling down, you know, and that going straight on the block. Cause you know I was feeling depressed and stuff like that. And when you don't have fulfillment of Christ in your life, you just feel empty. So like you just try to look for things to fill that void.
Fill that void, yeah.
So like one of the things I was looking for was like drinking and smoking. And so when I land, I went straight on the block. But man could have done feel me.
Yes.
Because I usually be the happy, not really happy, but like silent, quiet, but I was always like calm. I was always like, yeah, I feel like home and I feel happy around the man. And so I always had that kind of warm spirit. So when they come with that voice, no man was like, what going on with you? Ting. And I was like, man, I said, what happened to you? I was like, man, I lost my job here today. I lost my job, boy. So now, I think, you know, the man gonna be like, cha, boy, man, already doing dig name, man. You ain't find another job or something, so don't dig name. You know what I mean? Well, you see, for a time, man, here, I lost my job. The man was like, what? Every Saints, man. Come on, you the supposed to roll with the dance every Saints, man.
Wow, they had a job for you.
Yeah, the man want me on the team every Saints. So, man, it's like official now, you know? So, like, don't worry about that, or we got you, boy, don't mind them pops and thing. When them is only talk like they know it and thing, but let me know it is the suffer and thing. And thing, and you know, cause my brothers had it rough too, so like I don't really blame them. I blame the devil. I blame sin.
Yes,
you know?
It's true. Yeah.
I blame the spirits.
Yes.
Of lust and vanity, and
that's the truth.
I blame them, cause you know who's the enemy now.
Yes.
You know, and it's not my brethren, it's not this physical, it's the spirit, right?
Spirit, yeah.
So, yeah, the man was like, ah, boy, already bump you down, know every Saints. So the man ended up giving me money. You know, I already had access to all the guns, all the drugs. I was like, I had access to everything on the block already. So it was like just the icing on the cake now. So from there was fully active on the block now.
Fully in. So did you get any charges while you were doing that work?
Yeah, boy. I ended up making a lot of foolish mistakes, boy, going on that road, yeah. But the one that, not even one, because it was a lot of different events, but what I would say is that my first run in the law, I was not arrested because I got away from them. I escaped them. Right? And they were looking for me because I did some damage to them as well. Not them per se, but to their property. So they were looking for me, and that was like my first running that, like, or them know that this boy boat in this area doing things that illegal. They didn't really know who he was, but yeah. So now the incident with the law now that really got me now exposed now, and like, cause that what the fathers expose it, cause you be like going on that line, but if daddy really love you and care about you and you are chosen and called by his name, he gonna expose you. He gonna bring what is in dark to the light. So
to help you too.
To help.
That's
to
his
help
love,
me. It's to help me, cause he don't want me getting on that life. That rolling it to death. He done see that. He done watch that whole road and watch me get hell from that road, everything. Cause God he is said that the Father is what? He is, who was, is, and is to come. So the Father is in we pass, he know we pass.
The Alpha and
the Omega. We know
the beginning and the end.
The end, and he know our future.
Of course.
So he knew that. But because I was chosen or called by him, like he was like, nah, I want that for you, so I can expose you, I can trick the devil, I can beat the devil like he won't get me, trying to trap you and get you hell. Well, I can use he know to expose you. So the night that changed my whole life, it was the night too, I think Rihanna was coming here to perform in Barbados for the first time. I can remember it. And like, everybody was fussy and everybody was ting, and I like music bar too, and I love Rihanna too. So at the time, I really wanted to go and stuff like that. So we was like putting yourself in place, position to gain clothes, gear, certain things for this thing. Alright? So in the midst of doing that, you know, that night time, you know, I was doing my usual rounds, cause I used to practically run the block myself. Cause you know you get into it to that level.
Yes.
I then show myself,
So you
prove
began
myself.
to graduate.
So I was actually, you know, running things on the block myself. So I was doing my little thing. I had like 1 or 2 brethren in me. I won't call them soldiers because I don't like want to make a man feel less than me.
Right.
So it was like we was brethren and
partners.
My partners. Yeah. But they used to watch my back like them is soldiers.
Right.
So I get comfortable, so I used to left them on the block and gotta do my thing, do if I go out. So I left them and went to get clothes, I think, for this Rihanna thing and thing. So I think a night before that, we was on the block and some brethren that's deal with God and thing camp on the block. Cause even though it's my block, people that God used to come and used to want to talk to me and like, man, you know, God changed your life and certain things. So some in particular know, some elders know. But I think it was Ras though. But then was like, this month here, a lot of evil and a lot of bloodshed.
Wow. Y'all
need to check on yourself. This is a month that is a lot of blood, a lot of wickedness. I know people that say Rihanna and Jay-Z and then people is over. I not judging anyone. I don't know them, so I cannot judge.
Yes.
But that's what they be saying.
Yes.
So there was like that kind of energy in the atmosphere. So be careful. And you know, we hear it and it was like, alright, yeah, and stuff like that. But you see the night of that changed my life, that whole night was pure war.
Wow.
Pure, like everybody was quarreling, it was some sort of vibe, something or the other.
The spirit of confusion.
Spirit of confusion.
Yes.
So much so that I was walking going on the block and a man was walking coming off the block, right? So when he was walking coming off the block, he was like looking confused. So I was like, what you looking confused for? So he looking at me, looking back, looking at me, looking back.
Yes.
When he get to me now, he was like, yeah, Arlie, that you there? I thought he was there saying by block there.
Oh.
I said, nah, brother. I said, yo, why you swear you see this saying? Like you ghost man that block saying, yeah, you know? So I was like, okay. So that was the first, like warning, like
something wrong. Yes.
Yeah, like just so. You idea saying, you come at like, yeah. And then when I went on the block man was like, conversations was really like heated about vibing, like a vibey kind of, and where we used to live, it wasn't really that energy, even though we used to deal with.
Right.
We weren't really on that. We were like on a more peaceful, humble kind of scene, but we were just doing illegal things, you know. And it was real tension. So when I get on the block thing, my brethren kind of showed me thing, and they didn't feel comfortable. So it was like, alright, I can let them do their thing, continue. I left. So my baby mother at the time, she was 7 months pregnant or something like that. So she called and said that when women pregnant is want ulcers, craving and thing. So she want this thing. So I was a little skeptical because many times I went for something for that she want. When they bring it, she can't even get eat.
Yeah.
So I gotta go and get something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ain't really too eager to hear that or whatever, but I was like, alright, whatever. So I go on and I feel good now because they give me an excuse to leave the block. So when I left and I was walking through other like ghettos or whatever, when I was walking through the ghettos, it was like beer war going on. It was like when I passed this gap, I see men with it. And I passed there, and I passed the other gap, I see remember there in the road, and then it was all this. Wow. So now I was like, alright, let me divert and go through this track. Cause this track here, when I go through, the boy don't really through here, and it's peaceful. I go on through there, you men pulling big rocks at each other though. Furthermore, I had to like check myself in a way.
Yes.
And then I was like, but I get mad now, cause I tell someone want to hit me now. You know what I mean? So you get that, you know, the prideful self here too. And feeling yourself too, you're feeling like macho man too and things too. So like I was like, yeah, so I want to make deal with though. because I done walk in, so I done in the mess of it. So I got to I can't play that thing, you know. But I got so
right in the middle of it.
You know. So I did it, big man. So like when them was doing what they was doing, they into them vibing or whatever, they ain't conscious, so they was still in that thing. So like, yo, like hold out, these men hard now. So they man like look around me, know them like, yeah, Harley, yeah, up thing. So no man know like don't know what to do because all of them is like mine. But them from different kind, like how an area got different sections of area, right? And like this section and this area, like them in green or like be foolishness, you know? Like I see this stupidness in it now. But then no, it was kind of like, well, that's what it is, and I said it was like, all right, that's what it is. But stupid. But anyway, so the man don't check the self no, cause they see me walk through there, and they know what is David. So man was like more skeptical, but it was still heated. Right. So man was like, and when that was happening, a man was no running past me too. So he running past me, he was like, again, get my gun again, get my gun. You know what I mean? So yeah, get your gun. So like, you gonna get your gun? Like hold on, he like that. So when he like look around me now, he was like, he ain't saying name, but then he still ran off. All right. So the other man no want my head boss, this thing and all sort of thing, and this big commotion going on. So when they land, I kind of like settle it in a way, but I didn't really care about being about them neither. And it was like all set, you know. So I ended up walking past them and leaving there. I went to get the fish for my fish and chips, I think, for my baby mother at the time. Well, she's my baby mother still forever, because not at the time, but yeah. So I go on to Shino, and when I went and gave her the food, no, I don't know if something was happening, but I feel that it was the spirit. It was like God talking to she. She was like, we would usually have a little disagreements and thing, because she didn't like that for me too. She didn't like that life for me, but she knew who I was, and she knew that I wasn't really that type of person to care about that, but I was just doing it like a soldier. A man in the military might not deal with certain things like that, but he can defend his country. You know? So it's basically like that. So usually she would like give me a little pressure about that and thing and this thing, that man ain't loose, this man ain't be wrong, and you know. So I would usually get vexed now because like you talking about my brethren and thing, you know, like that. So I would like gap and like left the house now. And she would let me too, cause you know, But for this night in particular, when that happened, she was like, don't left here neither when they told you. I said, don't left here told you yet. You my mother? Thing, and we started arguing thing. And then the woman physically like went by the door to block the door. So now it was like, what's this here now? Wait, she never do this here? So this whole night just freaky then. So like I felt weird too, cause like who she know solar and like move she solar out the door solar and like yo let me left here man cause you with this quarrel thing. I gone out to the door, and when I gone out the door now, I ended up now taking a walk now, you know, walking solar. And enough people was outside too, because it was like round that crop over time, you see Rihanna time. So people from overseas and everything was in the island and thing. So the road burst, enough people and thing. So now I trying to walk with and get away from all this here. So I walk, you know. So I going through this little alleyway now and end up on the road now. And when I end up on this road, the police pull around the corner though. So you know, like I tell myself, man, just act normal, cause I was really hot. I had about 4 guns on me. I had real enough weed and money and all sort of thing on me. So it was like, shh, woo. Let's play it cool, Artie, man. You don't look like that type of man and thing or whatever, so let's be cool. But like for that particular night, it wasn't nice, so the people was doing the job that night. And they approached me. So they said that I had somebody like in that close area that ran off from them or something like that. So I don't know if that's what caused them to be like that paranoid way. But them approached me now and I won't go into much details because it's a very horrible thing.
Right.
And people were hurt. Seriously, almost lost their lives.
Wow.
And people's lives were in danger too. Now
Yes.
people get traumatized by it and thing. But we ended up in a fight. I ended up fighting with the police, and then it escalated from a physical fight into a gunfight.
Right.
So we ended up now shooting. So it ended up now shooting 2 police officers. And the neighborhood too, it was a lot of bullets that fired into
Yes,
people's
yes.
houses and all
Yes,
that.
a lot of
in
shooting.
vehicles, and it was crazy. So like now my head now like, woo, like what is this? I no play, cause
Yes.
things is happening in a split second, you know.
It happens so quickly.
Trouble, you get in trouble like that, you know.
Yes.
And but you know when you get into trouble like that, it's be hard now to get out of the
get
trouble.
out, yes.
You don't get out the trouble like that now.
Yes, yes.
You wanna know? It's like you want in slow motion. You can't even
Yes.
snap our finger no man. Years gonna pass before that finger snap.
Yes.
So put myself in that situation. It happened so fast, you know, that after it happened, it was like, that really happened? And it was like in a kind of like a daze.
Did you get away though?
Yes,
Oh, you got away.
I got away because I actually like shot them down, and like I think there was another officer in the vehicle or something like that, and I shot through the vehicle too.
Oh wow.
So it was wild.
It was wild, yeah.
So they were probably like also like they didn't prepare for that too.
Yes, yes.
So like it happened like, so that's why, you know. So it ended up running off, but as I said, it was like in a daze. So like it was like I was in between what I was doing and just like watching what I was doing. Like if you're watching a movie,
Yes.
and you're just seeing it happen,
Right.
but you're not actually feeling yourself. You're just, it's like your adrenaline is so high
Yes.
that you do not feel yourself.
Right.
You be like numb. So when it was walking, I mean, like, but I trying to look normal now because I don't want people to see that I know do that. So like I was trying to be normal, but that time I got this big long gun in my hand. So I did try to be normal with this gun in my hand, and people know pulling. But remember, people was running and diving on children. I think this is like a nice neighborhood, too quiet neighborhood too. They're not used to that sort of thing happening. So like they were distraught. So people was peeping out, and then when they ran past with and it crazy, it feel freaky then.
Yeah.
So like it was like, wait, cha. So they ran around the corner now. When they ran around the corner, remember when they left there, also people was partying and
Right,
family that
right.
from overseas and thing. But then now here's so much shots now ring out. So the environment that I was
they run the corner.
from them. Right on the corner. So but remember my adrenaline is up. So before I could like gather myself, when they walk around, when they like stop running, cause like, all right, that mean who around this corner and don't see what happened around there. So let me just calm myself and try to run around this, like walk around this corner normal. When they went only normal, trying to walk normal, I was still like jogging. I telling myself that I normal. Cause remember I see him, I ain't shocked in a kind of way, adrenaline. So I telling myself, and I nearly normal. I ain't put my gun. I was still like
Still got
jogging.
the gun in your hand, yeah.
Still got the gun in my hand. So when they ran around the corner, everybody was looking that way. Cause remember, like shot sweat, so it's a totally different thing. Everybody watching. So as I ran around the corner, I ran right on and then watching me.
Oh.
So my gun out thing and then like G's on. Everybody could see.
You
So
see
people
who it
start to
is.
do solar and
Yes,
blah into I lie, not laughing because it's funny, but it's like crazy.
Yes.
People start to back away and like back off from me. So like I had people that appreciate me in the neighborhood because I used to look up and thing. So like they was like, Harley, what happened there and thing? And I said, Harley, where you got a gun in your hand? And I was like, everything good, everything. When everybody just cool, everything good, everything good. And they like had to jog through them and jog through everybody and thing and ran from there. So like from there, I ain't gonna tell you my life do so topsy turvy. I was the most one in mind, Barbados. For a short while though, cause the police didn't waste time.
Wow.
They did their job, as I said. So they apprehended me, thank God. At the time they did. Because how I was thinking and like where I was going with that, I would be there for sure. Because remember my baby mother, she's pregnant.
Yes.
I don't want to go to jail and left my baby mother outside, you know, with a bar and child with herself. So I you know more know like I would do anything.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right, so you didn't give yourself up. They caught you. So tell us about that experience.
That was crazy too. And I can say that God had a hand on my life. God had a hand on my life from birth. I wasn't even supposed to be born. I was supposed to be aborted.
Wow.
So from birth, the enemy was at me. Probably because he could see the light, could see the call, yes, on my life. Because let me just divert for a little bit and address this violence. Let me address what's going on in the streets right now, this violence, right? So what happened is now, these youngsters are strong men that the devil want on his camp.
Wow.
They are leaders. They are generals in God's army. But the devil using them now to like trick them, to make them know dishonor or disobey or disregard God word and God teachings. Yes. So there's nothing wrong when you got in that spirit of like that you brave and you
to be a leader.
A leader you want. Yes, that is you doing nothing wrong with you. Because you feel that way. Don't feel that is something wrong. You are a brave, strong man. Men are masculine. Men are strong. Men is fix things. Men is build. That way we got strength. We could build houses. We can, we have the strength to do it and to defend our families if need be too. So we have that strength for a reason. But the enemy try to make we know turn on each other, kill each other, spill blood, so that we can dishonor God.
Yes, and what you brought road too. What you brought road.
Yes. So all them is generals and sergeants and bosses in God army. But them need to know the fight that they got to fight now. The spiritual fight.
Wow.
Not the physical. Wow.
Because they're looking at the natural or the physical fight, but they don't understand that this is more spiritual than natural.
Because it's a simple way to explain it. Love is not something that you can see. Peace of mind is not something that you can see. These are spirits. These the Holy Spirit is what is grant us that that help, that comfort, that peace, love and joy and peace and kindness. Them is fruits of the spirit. It's a spirit thing. So likewise, there are fruits of the flesh, which is like hatred, malice, grudge, envy, violence, murder. These things are of the flesh. So what they're trying to do is confuse you and make you get down that physical world when you're supposed to be building in the spiritual, building your love and your peace and your patience and your humbleness, because Almighty God has so much in store for your life that if He was to just take time to sit back and like God got so much. God's intentions for us are good, people.
Yes,
His intentions are good for us. So the enemy just confusing me and trying to trick me, right? So how I get who I know is that I was in the car driving, and when we pull around the corner, the police like they had a dragnet from about here to St. Lucie. Everywhere you turn was police.
So you couldn't get away.
Could not get away. So when we pull, I was trying to like fumble my phone or send a call somewhere or do something or the other, and the police was running. The police was running side of the vehicle while it was driving at driving speed, and these task force men, I think, was at the side of the vehicle keeping up. So these men mean business. These men they can't play. So the men like reach up to the car, so bam, and hit on the arm. Let me see once, because remember
you shot at them,
right? But I don't know if they knew exactly if they got a tip or I don't know what happened, but they were in full mode. So boom. So now the driver, stop now. So when the driver stopped, then you solar, boom, and tackle out. I can't see what happened to them. I can know what happened to me. People do solar, bam, and snatch me and pull me out the vehicle, solar. When the man pull me out the vehicle, the man body slam me, solar, boom, and the ground solar, like on my back. When they looking at my back, all they can see is beer mask, man, solar, with beer rifles and shotguns and things, and 16s and things.
Just pointing at you.
Oh, they're pointing at me, solar. So when they look at now, like, you, this is here. Cause if these people know that I don't do that.
Did you see your light flash before you?
Shh, people. I could say yes. I could say that the thoughts that came in my mind at the time was like, I do this here, I do that, I study my children, I study my child at the time they come in, I study my wife, my family, my mother, how she in favor with this here. All these things that just like, yeah, you could say a light flash. Because a lot of thoughts come to me at high speed at once.
Yes.
And it was like, you, and you know you got your vision, you probably could be visioning it now too, like, yo, see my mother face crying, I'm like, jeez, on there, wait, don't do that, I get there like this here. So then, I waited, like, I bracing, because the man was like, yeah. So I realized that I'm feeling her name, so I look at now. I seen like one of the men like the rest of the man like wasn't doing that, but this one man that was like right there doing there. Like I don't know, I could like see, I can't see face, mask, but like like if somebody confused, the head would turn or so I could like see he the meaning that he looked confused. So I was like, yeah, alright, the man do solar and roll up his mask solar, and the man was like, yeah. Man looking around the man like, this the man.
This he.
This the man.
Can't believe it.
So the man was like, so he was like, and he was like a leader man too. He like a leading man in this thing. So he was like this. He does not. He hard telling him that, like I don't know what he telling him, but like probably how it was moving, how it looked. Yeah, because he was in it, and it was real young and small, and how it was now. And thing looked like for no dance school. Right. So like he was like, the man do so and tap me up. The man get some more, he gonna rap and tap me up so the man do so and brush me off so brush me off, brush me down. So like, yeah, what's this going on here? It's a trick, or they're tricking me to like make me feel like everything good and got me down, or okay. So like I taking this treatment no thing, but the man was genuinely like, nah boy, this is the man. Okay. So I don't know if God give. That was not, I don't know, that was God, because the spirit that was in, like how did it feel about this thing? If he'd have feel any more way about that, and he'd have met any foolish move, do anything, I'd have gone on right there and then. Yes. Cause that was how them was feeling about it. So God probably allow that to happen so that them could cool off a bit. Yes. You know? So the man tapped me up now. I think wrong information, whatever. See, man, get back in the car, youngster. When I know happened a couple of days back, the police get shooting thing when I'm on the road driving, but thing what check on yourself. You get off the road, your police operating tonight. You're off the road. So we go on thing no solar, get back in the car. But I see my other brothers get in the car yet. But I don't want to move like if like you I feel I get it. So I like moving normal. But like I look around, like I still looking around, look around the same man that was there. I see he like looking around, and then he like another like confused look on his face. Yeah. And then I see look at me, and then he was like, and then I like could see like the spirit like returning like that. Yo man bust that door again. My foot ain't touched the ground till I reach. So like where I end up? In a place where I didn't want to be. Right. Let's just say that I didn't want to be there. Cause I respect the the Barbados Police Force too, and I know that they were in their feelings. So I do not blame them. Right. Their partners was in the hospital. Right. One was like fighting for his life too. So like I understand, because the same way how I feel about my brethren is on the block or whatever, I could believe now for sure that they will feel that type of, and they have a more legit reason, because they are the law. There's a more positive reason to be that way. Yes. Yeah. So they tapped me up from there, and from there, it was over. Prison was my destination from there.
And I can imagine that that's a very intense and life-altering season. So what was your experience like in prison, and how long were you in prison?
I was, and all I did I was here 13 years, but not the full 13. It would be about like 12 years probably, some probably around that. But yeah, you could say 13, because from 2011 to 2024, you know. But in between that, I got bail for a couple months. So So you could say it a little less than 13 years.
Okay.
But yeah, about 13 calendar years that I actually did in prison.
Okay.
I did 2 of those years on maximum security.
How was maximum security? Was that like?
I come to do God's work, so I got to be real and be honest because I want change. And a lot of change is occur when you deal with it at the point where it's most critical.
Yes.
And to me, the prison is a very critical point for a crime because that's where you actually catch the person. Some may be guilty or some may be innocent or guilty, but that is where they are. So there's like ain't some boy pretending or some boy saying that they may do that or whatever. It's like, yeah, exposure. So them facing what them did, and then now if you do not yet shown a better way, then I may be in prison for 20 years, but I commit murder at 20.
Right.
So when I come home, I gonna still be young after doing 20 years in prison. Even 40, I can be 60. They got very muscular and very powerful men at 60 years old.
That's the truth, yeah.
So when he was that young age, he went to prison for murder, shame, all that there, blah blah. And then now you ain't got nothing positive to say, no encouragement, no other ways, no other avenues.
Right.
What he's supposed to go to prison and just suffer for that for all the time and be punished for that for all his time. So what's happened is now, when that happened, I saw it happen. Remember, I was in prison for 13 years.
Yes.
So I saw this thing happen. I saw men come prison for snatching bags. And then I see these men come back to prison for double murder.
Wow.
Because it's like, you didn't address the issue with him when he came to prison at that young age. You didn't address that issue the way that I believe you're supposed to. So maximum security, where all the most violent or most dangerous or high risk prisoners would be there. So when I went there, it was like, and prison people is know what's going on in prison too. So like when they learn now, like man was like expecting me. So when I was walking down the catwalk, or that's what the men call it, walking with catwalk, I man off a bit. Cause some men would text like, big man like that, sir, boy, I tell like, you know. I ain't so afraid. I don't fear no man neither. Well, I was really like, I went through a lot of traumatic things. So like, if someone show themselves as a threat, I gonna just deal with them one time because I was so afraid to be a victim. Yes. That like I was straight first enough times. I wouldn't let nobody get a chance to intimidate me. And for every time you go down that line, if you use a try to deal with it in one. So I was very but I was so like in a daze and couldn't even believe this was happening, that like I wasn't even hearing these men really. But then now like man was like, you Darcy there? Darcy there? And I'm like, man, he's a liar. And I was like, that is the man. So I was like, yeah. So when they going in now, man was like, yeah. Take remember these men for security rowdy, they already they can't get more punishment or more, where else you can carry them. You know what I mean? So them men will. So they men like, yeah. And like this whole like sort of induction into this place, like, yeah, like you're a star. You know what I mean? But like if I didn't have the foundation from my mom and even though my family was involved in this thing but pushing me out, I wouldn't get caught up in all that hype. Yes. Because you know it's like man praising you for what you do. That time you know do something so foolish and so horrible that you affect your family life. But man praise you for that. Man praise me for, I would not say it's called, like God showed me that like his sins, but like I used to blame myself for like the death of my aunt and thing. Like she take it on and died though, cause my aunt died. Pertaining to this situation though, it affected her and she took sick and went into the hospital though. And the day she died, I think she died the Monday. and my son born the Tuesday.
Wow.
So it was like, wow.
Thank you for watching part 1 of Arlington Daniel's testimony from crime to Christ. What you've seen is only the beginning of his journey, a story that moves from brokenness and consequence into a powerful encounter with Jesus Christ that changed everything. This is only part 1. Part 2 continues next week on Lifted in Love, where the rest of his story unfolds and the transformation becomes even clearer. Stay tuned.
At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. There is power in your name. Miracles happen in your name. As we lift our voice in praise, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. Sing it out, say.